Well, this is Gourd Man. Gourd Man was born toe first when some mice got into some of my small gourds and chewed them in half. I would never have cut them in half to make toes out of them, but since they were cut in half and they looked like toes, I decided to make a foot. And when I got sorting through them, I realized I had enough of them to make 2 feet. So I already had these deformed gourds that would make perfect big toes, and I already had these bottle gourds that had real fat tops, and so I put them together and made 2 feet. And then I got thinking, I've got these long gourds that I grew on a trellis that were very straight, and they would make nice legs, and I was going to make a little short man and have the feet right here where the knees are now. And then I went looking for arms and a body, and the only arms I could find were these, and they were way too long, so I decided I had to lengthen the legs. So I went and found a couple of legs to lengthen the legs, and then I had to add, of course, kneecaps, or they just didn't look right. And then I had to add hands, because I had the toes in there, I had to have fingers. And these are the ends off of what's called a penis sheath gourd. They're difficult to find in California. And I was at a grower's house, and he had a pile of those by his burn pile in his backyard. And I asked him how much he wanted for them, and he said, "You can have those, Betty, if you want to dig through the dirt and get them out." So I sifted through and got every single one of them, and I put bamboo skewers in them, shot them full of polyurethane foam to strengthen them, and then attached them for fingers. And I attached the thumbs with suede so that they would move, so you could put things in his hands. And he just fitted very closely, so his hands actually move, so you can pose him. His arms move, and his head moves, and his teeth are made out of gourd seeds. I take immature gourd seeds and I select them to try and get the big ones for the big teeth and little pointy canines, and put them on a piece of suede and glue it on the inside of the gourd for his teeth. The ears are a gourd that was hand-trained by Jim Story that he sent me as a gift. They just came in the mail unannounced, and I sliced the hand-trained gourd in half and used the 2 halves for the ears. And originally he had a different body, but at the last minute I switched bodies on him.
Tell me about his eyes.
His eyes are doll eyes. And what I do is I inset them. I drill holes and then inset them into the gourd. And then I make the eyelids. Sometimes I make the eyelids out of pieces of gourd, but it's pretty hard to get a gourd that follows the contour of the eyes closely enough. So I used clay on those, air dry clay.
And his facial expression?
Well, I was kind of stuck using the shapes of these lips, because those are actually some of these little skinny gourds for the lips, and it was an odd expression, and I didn't know how I was going to make that look like a human expression. But the next day I opened up the newspaper, and there was a big picture of Tiger Woods watching his fairway shot go way off course, and it was perfect. The lips matched perfect his expression, so I put that newspaper clipping in my studio and copied the little furrowed brow and the look that he had. He isn't Tiger Woods, but he's got Tiger Woods' "oh no" expression.